Alright, welcome back to our video on how to put dents in a die-cast car. Thank you for watching. Alright, we've applied the paper. If you haven't watched the first video and you're wondering how this was done, I recommend going back and watching that video. Okay, here we go. We're going to go ahead and paint this things that are black a chrome. For that we're going to use this Silver Living. This is just an acrylic. Everything we're going to use is acrylic water base. And I want to do this first because it can overlap. We don't have to be real tight or anything. We're going to apply that and get these black parts looking more chrome. Not too worried about the headlights. We'll probably make those try to look like they're broken out. But we want this grill to at least look like a grill should for now. Alright, I'll put a bunch on there. Alright, now we got the chrome on there. We're going to take this, just a piece of tissue here, paper towel, and we're going to wipe some of this paint off. It's looking a little better. Don't want to have too much on there. Alright, we'll go back and paint the top of that grill. That part should be silvery. Another good thing, we're using acrylic. It's non-toxic. Washes off your hands easy. I used to do this stuff with oil base and stink up the whole house. But not anymore. Put some more on here. There we go. If you want to fast forward this part, I don't blame you. Who wants to watch somebody paint? I'm trying not to paint the tail lights out. I'll try to save some details. That's good enough on the bumper and the grill. Go ahead and wipe this a little bit more gently. All right. It don't have to look perfect. We're going to make them rusty and banged up looking anyway, but just getting a little bit of silver on there is going to help. Alright. I always keep some H2O around. You're going to have to keep rinsing your brushes a lot. You don't need to use 5, 6, 7 brushes for this project. Just a couple. Just use the same one over and over. Keep wiping it off. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put a base coat on here and make this whole car a lighter color just so our patina shows up better. We could do it over this color, but that'd be too rusty. And got a little bit on the windshield there. Don't want that. Just take another brush. Kind of get rid of it a little bit. Push it down in the corner. Might have to apply a little bit of water. Keep wiping your brush. Okay, that's gone. Take my time. Try not to get paint on the windshield. You might have to apply the paint thick in some spots. It's going to reactivate the paper and the glue, but that's okay. Just keep spreading it out. All right. We're getting to a new color. Alright, some of the older cars used to have a lot of chrome on them. So I'm going to avoid all these spots around the windows and we'll just say that's chrome. I know I got out of the frame there earlier. Everybody, I apologize for that. I'm new at making these videos, so I'm going to make mistakes. I'm sorry you have to be wasting your time seeing those mistakes, but it'll be rewarding in the end. I am going to show you a nice patina and how to apply it on so many other projects. You'll be able to apply it on so many other projects. Let's look it over. We don't want any major runs or anything. Try to get those smoothed out. Doing this in a bit of a hurry. Okay. Now we need to let this sit down and dry for a little while. While we do that, I'm going to take this opportunity to show you some of the other projects that you'll be able to watch me do and hopefully learn some more skills and techniques. A lot of people ask me about how to do wheel swaps. I've got some examples of those set up for you. I've got some examples of complex builds where you're cutting pieces off and mixing other parts together. We're going to be doing dioramas. Building those are probably even more fun than collecting cars for me. So we're going to go over some of that today and a few examples. If you're interested in those things, please hit the like button and keep watching the videos. So here we go. Let's look at some dioramas that I did. Our first example is a 1/64 scale automobile repair shop. I made this out of an old kitchen drawer. Okay, so that made it a lot easier. I had 4 solid walls. All I had to do was cut a hallway for the door here, which still need to build a door for this. I had to cut a hole in it for the windows. I wasn't making videos back then, but we're going to make some more dioramas and catch up on how to do these. Here's the little office. Try to decorate the walls. You know, I spent hours going through magazines and finding pictures that I liked. That, you know, I just cut them out and paste them on the wall to get the desired look. And there's all kinds of things you can use. You know, this is a piece from Monopoly. Okay. And you can buy these little packages on the internet. eBay is a good place. It's got these accessories. It really makes any diorama look good. You know, you got to have those accessories. A lot of these things I just printed them out on my computer. Use a spray glue, spray the adhesive on, and then apply them where I want them. Same with the background of the bricks. It's just printed out, glued onto the drawer. Okay, the floor here. Floor is regular floor paint you would use in a garage. Now that's probably 3 or 4 coats I put on there. One of these days we'll do a video on how to weather all these toolboxes and then the floor and things and make it look more weathered. That would be a good video. Well, let's move on to some other HO scale models. Just simple things here. They're fun to put together. I enjoy putting them together more than anything, really. Once they're done, you know, you can leave them like this. Nice, fresh, clean look, but most people want them to look weathered, so let's move on to a weathered example I just nearly completed. Okay, this is a familiar house some of you may recognize from the Psycho movie. If you look at this one, you can see the weathering effect. This is just a plastic model, hand painted. Not only is this hand painted, I went ahead and put an interior in this as well. Looked up the blueprints online and put in every room. Painted them all individual colors. There's Norman's mother there. We're going to add lights to this later. Maybe I'll do a video on that. And okay, let's zoom out and see everything here. We had to use this parking lot just for temporary display. And we got a pond back here. I haven't put any landscaping in yet. We'll do a video on that. That'll be fun. Okay, so you can see some of these HO scale models. Next time I build one, we'll make a video on it. That'll be fun. Now, let's move on to some wheel swaps that I've done here. Okay. Those were not 4x4s, but they are now. See, this has got a snowplow, simple snowplow added on this one. We removed some decals on this one here. Changed the stance and tires, more like a derby car. Okay. This is pretty simple. This is our simple selection here. Mostly just wheel swaps and minor tuning. Some decal removal. Okay. This one here is a nice model. Very simple add-on. Just one piece glued in there. Made it a whole new truck. Okay, let's move on to some more complex builds. Okay, these are some that took a little bit longer. Like this one here has a working suspension. Okay, this green one has a working suspension as well. Okay, we did a Gasser Batmobile. That one's pretty cool. Had to cut the hood out on that. That was not easy, let me tell you. But it turned out pretty good. Okay, we did this is a good one. We slammed this police car. Had to do a lot of sanding to get these wheels to fit in those wheel wells and roll properly. It's pretty low. It's as low as you can go. Okay, you can see I even had to sand the base down. Oh, there's a good one. This is one of the first patinas that I ever found successful. And since then, I'm getting better at it. Good enough to try to show you guys. This is a bit of a complex build here. Not only do we have the patina, but we've had wheel swap, added a tow ball on the back, custom rear bumper, painted on what could be a bed liner there. You can see we got some real riders on here. Now, let's move on to another truck just like that. This one here, Great Johnny Lightning, F-250. We took that truck and parts of this truck to make that truck. Okay, so I'd like to show you how to do some of these builds. You can see there's a big difference in the stock version and in the custom version. Engine matches the interior, painted on bed liner. This one we did a whole entire chassis swap, not just a wheel swap. This is the chassis off of this one, and the bumpers. Great looking bumpers, complete any 4x4 to give you that. Okay, now here's another one I like. We did a Lincoln station wagon, which I am still working on. This one needs to be finished, but made that by cutting the pieces off of this Chevrolet wagon, turned into a Lincoln wagon. Started with this to get that 53 Chevy Gasser. This one could use some more detailing. Maybe I'll finish this one up in a video. Alright, we cut the roof off of this Chevy, made it a convertible. Still looking for some good wheels to put on this one, but turned out pretty good. I was able to look like it still has a roof piece back here with the cover. Here's a nice fire truck that I've slammed and put some rubber tires on, some NASCAR wheels, engine in the back, some detailing. It's a nice little piece. Two of my favorites. We've got two here with, working suspension, which is pretty cool. Show you guys how to do that in another video. Works pretty good. Oh. Alright, this one too. If you go to my Instagram account, I've got all these things documented on there as well at Diecast Toy Car Guy for Life. That's Diecast Toy Car Guy for Life. Alright. I almost forgot to mention about the Bates Motel build here. I looked on the internet and was going to buy an HO scale hotel to go with this house. but the closest one that I could find that looked anything like it was $100, and I figured, I could build one myself that was it. So I went ahead and just bought some poster board paper, looked at the pictures of this thing online. It took me hours of finding different pictures and blueprints and things, but this is pretty accurate to the real thing, at least more accurate than what you can buy, because they don't really have one. But I would like to probably build this again and do a video about it. Now, this is all poster board, some matchsticks, glue, and painting. It's HO scale, all hand painted roof. And this is the same techniques we're going to use on the Cadillac that we used to get the look on this roof and on the house. So once you start blending these paints and using the right colors, it's actually really easy. Speaking of right colors, here they are. These are the colors that are going to use the most to get our weathered look for rust. You can use any brand. I prefer acrylic. It's easy cleanup, non-toxic. This brand here is made in the USA, keeping some of the jobs home, which is nice. And it's inexpensive, and it works great. I love this paint. Okay, this here is just regular house paint, and it's just thinned down gray. You can use any darker gray and thin it down for a wash. All these ones on the bottom we're going to use for washes. All the ones on the top are the same color, but we're going to use them straight with our brush. So if you want to write down these, names, burnt umber and chestnut, those are the two that you're going to really need the most. You can use any type of beige. You can use any type of black. You do want to use flat though. You don't want to use shiny paint. You don't want a semi-gloss or anything like that. You want to go with flat. That's important. You don't even have to really be these exact same colors, but as close as you can get in a flat. I use tons of house paint. All of these dioramas that I've created are all painted with house paint mostly. It's inexpensive when you consider a whole gallon will last you literally a lifetime on something this small. Okay, so we're almost ready to start putting our patina on. Take one more look at the Cadillac. And even if you didn't want to add much patina, you could almost just put some washes on this and be done with it if you wanted.